Hello students, welcome to aimsindia online classes. This is a chemistry session. Here we are discussing about different types of chemical reactions. In the earlier sessions we discussed about different kinds of chemical reactions with examples. In this session we are going to see a practice sheet, that is practice sheet 2, which is a related chapter which includes multi-character answer, comprehension, matrix matching type and different types of questions we are going to see from this. Okay, let us start the practice sheet. Let us go through first multi-character answer type questions. See the first one among those. Which of the given equations is balanced correctly? We know what is meant by balanced equation. The chemical equation in which the number of atoms of all the elements are equal on both the sides of the equation are called balanced chemical equations, which are also called stoichiometric equations. That whether we can check it whether it is a balanced equation or not simply by counting the number of atoms of all the elements on both the sides. Even the atoms of one element are not equal, then we can say the entire equation as unbalanced equation. If all the atoms of all the elements are equal, then only we can say balanced chemical equation. See one by one here. The first one, there are two aluminum atoms, right hand side also two aluminiums. Hydrogens, if we count, in the one molecule of sulfuric acid there are two hydrogens. Total three molecules are there. So the hydrogen atoms number becomes 6 here. So there are 6 hydrogens on the right hand side also. So aluminiums are balanced, hydrogens are balanced. Now the sulfate radical, entire radical you can count as one unit. In one molecule there is one sulfate ion. Totally three molecules are there. So there are three sulfate ions on the left hand side. In the right hand side also there are three sulfate ions. So sulfates are also balanced. Now we can say as it is one of the balanced equations. What about the next one? Two aluminiums. Aluminiums here also two. Aluminiums balanced. If you see chlorines, there are three chlorines on one molecule. Totally there are two molecules. Totally six chlorine atoms on the left hand side. What about on the right hand side? There are two chlorines in one molecule. Totally there are three molecules. So chlorines are six on the right hand side also. Now chlorine atoms are also balanced. Calcium atoms, three on left, three on right also. So calcium's balanced. Hydroxyl ions or OH minus ions. There are six OH ions on the left hand side. On the right hand side also six. So here also all the atoms are balanced on both the sides. Or you can say it is also a balanced chemical equation. What about this here? Two potassium atoms. Two potassiums on the right hand side also balanced. Two chlorines on the left hand side. Two chlorines on right hand side also balanced. Six oxygen atoms on the left hand side. Even here also six oxygens. So all the atoms are equal on both the sides. So it is also a balanced chemical equation. Right? Next one. Magnesium. Here there is one magnesium atom. Here also one magnesium. Magnesium balanced. Hydrogens, if you see, there are only two hydrogens on the left hand side. But if you see on the right hand side, here two hydrogens, here two hydrogens. Totally, there are four hydrogens on the right hand side, whereas there is only two hydrogens on the left hand side. So hydrogens are not balanced. We know that even the atoms of one element are not same on both the sides. Then that entire equation is said to be unbalanced equation. So it is not a balanced equation now. Only these three are correct answers. Okay. Next one. Which of the following is a double displacement reaction? What does it mean by double displacement reaction? The reaction in which two compounds exchange their ions mutually to form two new compounds are called double displacement reactions. Observe here in this equation, sodium hydroxide and hydrochloric acid. These two are exchanging their ions mutually. This chlorine combining with sodium, this OH combines with hydrogen. So that they're forming sodium chloride and water. So this comes under double displacement reaction. Of course, we know as it is also called as neutralization reaction because here this double displacement reaction is occurring between an acid and a base to form salt and water as products. So it is a double displacement reaction and also neutralization. If you see this is decomposition reaction and here it is what we can say. Yes, here it is also a double displacement reaction because here oxygen combines with this hydrogen and this chlorine combines with the calcium. So in this also double displacement reaction is going on. So it is also double displacement. What about the third one? Iron reacting with copper sulfate to form ferrous sulfate and copper. So iron displacing copper from its compound. It is called simple displacement reaction but not double displacement. Okay, only these two are double displacement reactions. Next one, which of the following statements is incorrect about the given reaction? See in the given reaction what it is being represented here. AB plus C gives AC plus B. What is happening if you understand here? C displacing B from its compound and forming a new compound AC. So this kind of reaction is called displacement reaction. So here we can say more reactive element C displacing less reactive element from its compound. So C is more reactive than B. It is correct statement. What about this? B is more reactive. It is not correct. A is more reactive than C. It is also not correct. A and B are inert gases. It is also not correct. So they're asking about incorrect statements. So these three are incorrect statements. Only the correct statement given here it is C is more reactive than B. That is why it is displacing B from its compound. Okay. Next one. Which of the following statements is correct about the given reaction? Observe the reaction given here. Zinc oxide plus carbon monoxide gives zinc plus carbon dioxide. So here zinc oxide, if you observe on the both the sides, it is losing oxygens. What does it mean? Losing of or loss of oxygens. It is called reduction. We can say zinc oxide is reduced. In other way, if you see carbon monoxide, it is gaining oxygens more and converting into carbon dioxide. So this gain of oxygens is called oxidation. We can say carbon monoxide is oxidized, zinc oxide is reduced. Where are those two? Here. Zinc oxide is oxidized. Carbon monoxide is oxidized to carbon dioxide. Zinc oxide is reduced to zinc. So these two are correct statements. Okay, next one. Now let us see the comprehension passage. The reaction in which both reduction and oxidation takes place simultaneously are called redox reactions. Now see the first question among those. Identify the substance which oxidizes an element. So the substance which oxidizes the other substances either by giving oxygens or by taking hydrogen atoms is called oxidizing helper or oxidizing agent. The substance which makes the other substances oxidize are called oxidizing agents. Next one, identify the substance which reduces a compound. So the in a chemical reaction, the substance which reduces other substances either by taking oxygens from it or giving hydrogens to it is called reducing helper or a reducing agent. The substance which makes others reduced are called reducing agents. Next one. In which reaction does the addition and removal of oxygen takes place simultaneously? So we know here addition of oxygen means oxidation, removal of oxygen means reduction. The chemical reaction in which oxidation and reduction occur simultaneously are called redox reactions. Okay, they are called redox reactions. Next, now let us see matrix matching type questions. So in the column 1, certain reactions are mentioned. In the column 2, their type, their name is mentioned. Try to match this. Observe the first equation. Hydrogen plus nitrogen gives ammonia. What is happening here? Two elements combining together to form a compound. This kind of reactions in which two or more simpler substances combine together to form a new substance are called combination reactions. So the formation of ammonia from hydrogen and nitrogen is a combination reaction. Okay. Now here the second one. See the second equation. Calcium carbonate giving here calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. What is happening in this reaction? One compound splitting into two simpler substances. Those reactions in which a compound or a substance splits into two or more simpler substances is called decomposition reaction. So the form decomposition of calcium carbonate giving calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. It is an example for decomposition reaction. Here it is here. Okay, next one. See the next equation. Iron plus copper sulfate gives ferrous sulfate plus copper. So here, more reactive element iron displacing less reactive element copper from its compound and forming a new substance ferrous sulfate. This kind of reactions in which more reactive element displaces less reactive element from its compound and hence forming a new substance are called chemical displacement reactions. Where it is here. It is a displacement reaction. Next one, silver nitrate plus sodium chloride gives silver chloride plus sodium nitrate. If you observe here, these compounds they are exchanging their ions mutually, isn't it? This nitrate coming and combining with sodium, and this chlorine combining with silver to form silver chloride. So here, two compounds exchanging their ions mutually to form two new compounds. This kind of reactions in which two chemical substances exchange their ions to form new substances are called chemical double displacement reactions. So it is one of the examples for chemical double displacement reactions. This is a matching. Observe once again all the matchings. Okay. Next question. Analytical type questions. Which of the following are correct about a chemical equation? See, certain statements are mentioned about here. Chemical equation. It saves time and space in writing. Yes, these equations are meant for that actually to represent the chemical reactions in a simple way. The shorthand notations of chemical reactions are called chemical equations. So, by writing the chemical reaction by using symbols and formulae, we can save the time and space. Isn't it? So, it is correct. Next one, it does not indicate the rate of the reaction. Of course, it is also correct. We can understand what chemicals are participating in the reaction, what are being formed, and their quantity also we can identify. But from a chemical equation, we cannot predict the rate or the speed of that reaction. We cannot predict it. So this statement is also correct. Next one, it tells the ratio of the masses of the reactants and products. Yes, this is a quantitative relationship we call. From the balanced chemical equation, we can find the ratio of the masses of the reactants and products in a chemical equation. So this is also correct. Three statements are correct about a chemical equation. Now what will be the correct answer? Yes, it is. Okay. Next one. Which of the given reactions is an odd one? Means which is being different from the remaining three. Observe once the equation so we can understand. Here carbon plus oxygen gives carbon dioxide, hydrogen plus chlorine, hydrogen chloride, glucose giving carbon dioxide and water, sulfur and oxygen combining to form sulfur dioxide. If we observe all the reactions, in these three reactions, two chemical substances, or to say simply two elements, they're combining together to form a new compound. We can say these three reactions are representing combination reactions. Whereas the third one, if you observe, glucose splitting into carbon dioxide and water. What is happening in this? A substance splitting into two simpler substances. This is called decomposition reaction. Except this, remaining three are combination. So it is a odd one among these four. Okay. Next, an element X on exposure to moist air turns reddish brown and a new compound Y is formed. The substance X and Y are. Yes, we have studied about this. When iron is exposed to moist air, it turns to reddish brown and a new compound rust is formed, which we say as ferric oxide, iron oxide. So here X is iron and the reddish brown colored substance formed here it is iron oxide. Y is iron oxide. Where it is X is iron, Y is iron oxide. It is correct. Okay. Next, the given reaction belongs to which kind of chemical reaction? What is happening here? If you observe, sodium sulfate plus barium chloride gives barium sulfate and sodium chloride. A solid substance is formed when two aqueous solutions are mixed. Such a solid substance formed when two aqueous solutions are reacting each other is called a precipitate, and that reaction is called precipitation reaction. Okay, here what's happening, let us see. These two compounds mutually exchanging their ions and forming two new compounds. So this is also called as double displacement reaction also. It is a precipitation reaction, and based upon the type of reaction occurring here, it is also called double displacement reaction because these two compounds, they're exchanging their ions mutually and forming two new compounds. So it is a double displacement reaction and also a precipitation reaction because a solid substance is being formed. Solid precipitate is formed, so it is also called as precipitation reaction. Okay, next one. See this reaction. In the balanced equation given below, A and B stands for. So by balancing in the place of A and B, we get certain coefficients. What might be those? So what do we get here? Actually it should be Fe3O4. Now here there are three iron atoms on the right hand side. So there should be three iron atoms on the left hand side also. So A should be 3. And if you see here hydrogens, there are total here 8 hydrogens on the right hand side. There should be 8 hydrogen atoms on the left hand side also. Already in the each molecule of water there are 2 hydrogens. To make it 4, it should be multiplied with a quotient 4. Now A is 3, B is 4. Where it is? Here. Okay, this is correct answer. Okay, thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our YouTube channel Aims Today for latest updates on recorded videos, and visit our website aimstoday.in for more information.